Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to vlog number 5. Thanks for hanging here with me. So the first question I want to kind of talk about, someone was asking about signature style. So I guess like how, one come up with his own style. I don't know, that's a good question. I'm not sure I'm the right person to ask, but I will say that I think that we shouldn't really focus on that too much. I think the main thing that we should concentrate on is the music, in the sense of like practicing and doing things, and these choices that you make, what you want to practice. So like, if you like practicing and you're hearing like all kind of like, I don't know, like these like diminished things, and you're like digging that, so that would be part of your sound, which will eventually will be your style, right? If you're digging like these sounds of like I don't know. So like if this is like the sounds that you're hearing and you're practicing these ideas and styles and elements, so that would incorporate in your style, you know what I mean? So like I wouldn't be too worried about like saying, okay, I gotta figure it out. I would just like make sure I'm working on the stuff that I dig, and like every choice you're making would be a part of you, right? Because you are you. So if you want to practice like I don't know, you practice some legato stuff, that's awesome, and then you'll find your own way of doing that, and you'll be like, okay, I dig this and I don't like this, so obviously you're making choices. So we're making choices all the time. Yeah, that's how I see it. So basically, the bottom line of the way I kind of approach it is like practice and try to practice the stuff that you dig. In a sense of like, I guess maybe I'll expand a little bit. So I guess music is we're trying. It's a platform to create and share ideas, emotions, and feelings, right? So you don't need to know everything, or we don't need to know everything, to do that. Like actually we don't need a lot. Like you can be like, right? That's if you're doing it with conviction, right? And you have that idea in mind, and so you can communicate a lot of love, a lot of ideas and emotions with very little notes, right? Hopefully. Again, I'm not sure I can do that, but BB King can, and there are a bunch of guys that can do that amazingly with 1 or 2 notes, and like, oh my god, this is like the best. And it is, the same thing that you listening to like a jazz thing, and it's like a lot of notes, I don't know, any phrase that comes to mind, but it could be more complex and more chromatic, and it will have the same conviction, hopefully, right? So I mean, like a progression can be simple, or it could be more chromatic. And oh, okay, and it will have some idea or story that it's gonna tell you. So the point is that I'm trying to say is like, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to play like, okay, like play like different styles and know everything there is to know about music, and be like, wow, it's out of tune, I'm sorry. But you don't need to do everything and study everything. You can like focus on a style, or like something that you're trying to do, and figure that out. And yeah, 1 second. That's and the process of studying will kind of develop your own take and style, I think. Okay. What are my feelings about, let me see. Oh, question here is saying, how do you feel your social media presence has impacted your career in music and ability to get gigs? Has it dramatically changed your performance and teaching schedule, or just augmented it along the traditional New York hustle? It actually didn't. It didn't help booking anything, honestly. It's cool that people like stuff, and I think it's nice to have like a community of people like checking stuff that we're doing, or but I don't feel it is at this moment helpful for gigs. Like yeah, it's like the two different worlds. Like you could have 200,000 people watching a video, but it's like it's not helpful for a gig. I mean, I think maybe for clubs and festivals, it's cool that they see that there is a following. They're like, okay, but honestly, I think it's more hassling and at least for me at this moment in time, I don't feel like my Instagram or Facebook or anything of that sort is helping my helping the booking side of things in jazz. Next question, let's see. How do you practice expanding your chord vocabulary? That's a long answer. Let's do that another time. I will say that. I'll say like one thing and then we can talk about it again, because this is like a huge subject. Well, starting with like a few basic colors, saying like, taking maybe 4 strings at a time and sing the inversion of the chords, kind of clearly. And then, it could be major 7 or dominant, making sure you can really see them, and you can run, the cycle of 4s or something like that up and down the neck. And then, major 7, dominant, minor 7, half diminished. We can start with these 4 colors, right? And then saying, okay, we're just doing 4, like the sets of 4 strings, and then saying like taking a tune and then like saying, okay, I'm gonna try and like stay in this area. Again, we talked about Stella, sure, right? So you can say, and I'm gonna try to like stay here, so I'll do that, I'll stay here, I'm trying to stay in the same area to get like a little bit of a thing. And then you can have different like ideas and conceptions before you do the exercise. So you can say, I'm gonna try and just like play the whole thing and like just in this area, or just going up or just going down. I mean, different ideas like that. And you can like hum the melody, so you go like and maybe in time, so and it could be like with more specification, in the sense of like, I'm not gonna do any rhythmic things, like I'm just gonna play like, or without the flat 9, simple stuff. It could be really basic. And then you can again try to, well, we can talk about it later, but like yeah, I mean, there are so many options. I would start there, like starting like saying like taking sets of strings and seeing the inversions, and then you can connect them like with a a little diminished chord, like doing like just like little things like that can add. And honestly, I think like one of the things that really helps me with chords is like understanding what's going on there. So like saying like, well, okay, E half diminished, what is that exactly? So like, okay, this is a shape, but then I know and I kind of understand what's going on, so I know I can maybe like embellish it, or like, that could be weird, but it could be cool for a second if I'm like a passing note, right? I mean, there are a lot of options, so I mean, all I did was playing the chords and had like a little melodic thing going on. So like having these ideas, I think, help. We can talk about it more. Hopefully that was helpful. And if you have cool ideas of exercise that you're doing, just like, write a comment. I'd love to hear like what you have in mind and if this was interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, someone's asking about the Fishman triple play. So this is I installed a MIDI pickup on this guitar. This is the Fishman MIDI player pickup. This is it's connected here, and then there is like a USB that goes to your laptop or something. Honestly, it's cool, but I can't use it in shows because there is delay and it's not picking everything, especially if you play fast lines, so it's not happening. So I dig the idea a lot. I mean, I would love to use it. I actually just like sent them an email. I was like, listen guys, there are some problems with this. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I would love to incorporate more like electronic shit in this, you know, and there I have a lot of ideas that I want to like do, but this is not the right product at this moment in time. I mean, it's just not happening, at least for me. I don't know if I did something wrong. I don't think so. Anyway, someone was asking about New School. So yeah, I went to New School. I graduated 4 years ago. Yeah, New School is great. I mean, I loved it. I mean, this was, you know, my first experience moving from Israel. I'm originally from Israel and coming to, you know, the US. So for me, it was freaking great. I was like, wow, crazy music, New York City, you know. So being a part of it was awesome. You know, like every school, there are things that I dug more and less, you know. The students, you know, when I moved here, I felt like everybody will be like freaking crazy, amazing, good. So some of them are, you know, there were like students in my class that were like playing with Jeff Dane Watts at Carnegie Hall, and there were people that didn't know what a 2/5 is, you know. It was like the level really varied tremendously. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's an expensive place to study, so try to get a scholarship as much as you can, so you don't have student debt and stuff like that. Yeah, that, I can't say that word, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the only way I could do it is by getting a good scholarship, because, I mean, also from Israel, it was crazy expensive. I mean, you know, I saved some money before moving to the US, but it's just like everything, like in the beginning was like, okay, I don't have gigs, you know, all that stuff. So what I would say is New School is awesome. They're amazing teachers. It's really super cool that you can choose like your private teacher. Yeah, I would recommend. I mean, and you know, being in a situation that a lot of people are into music, you know, in a school, and especially in New York City, it's just like, it's great. It's freaking great. Okay. I think I'll play a short thing and then we'll call it. So I'm gonna play a song I really like. This is I Fall in Love Too Easily. Maybe I do. I don't know. Okay. Catch you guys soon. Thank you.